So I saw Nightmare Alley last night, Guillermo del Toro's new movie after The Shape of Water, and it's interesting. I like it. Let's just talk about it. We're jumping straight in. On a technical level, Nightmare Alley might be the best movie of the year. More than Dune, more than any other technical. I haven't seen West Side Story yet, but any other technical achievement in movies this year, Nightmare Alley is fucking amazing. It was really like Guillermo del Toro was just showing off. I mean, from the moment it opens, the cinematography visually is so beautiful. I could cry right now. The production design, bro, stop. I mean, we knew this from the trailer. It's so good. It looks so good. The carnival shit and everything else that follows. It just looks so good. I think the sound design is really good. I like the score. I don't love the score. I do like the score though. It's good. The costumes, the hair styling. I mean, really, on a technical level, it's at least good. And some are like the best of the year. Hands down. It's a feast for the eyes, okay? Even though I have small eyes, even I can still recognize what was on screen. I was like, dear God, this is so beautiful. And no one should doubt that. And especially if you've seen the trailer, you probably already came expecting that. That's neither here nor there. Dude, why is my hair so fucking crazy today? Jesus Christ. And maybe I should kind of talk about what Nightmare Alley is about, even though, they asked not to reveal any plot points or spoilers, and I'm definitely not going to do that. I usually don't do that anyways. But it's a noir film, right? Bradley Cooper ends up kind of helping out at a carnival, and I'll leave it at that. It's a noir film, albeit with some issues that kind of hold me back, especially now that I've sat on it for a little bit, but we'll go through it. So the cast is like an A-list cast, right? I think we're getting a lot of these ensemble casts now. The main players, in my opinion, are obviously Bradley Cooper and Cate Blanchett. Now, obviously, there's some good parts here and there. I thought Richard Jenkins was good, but really it's Bradley Cooper and Cate Blanchett. Rooney Mara doesn't have a lot to do, if I'm being honest. It's kind of a nothing part, if I'm being real. Toni Collette's good, but she's in it for, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes. David Strathairn, same thing. So it's the Bradley Cooper show featuring Cate Blanchett. And both of them are excellent. I think Bradley Cooper is just straight up one of the best actors we have. And Cate Blanchett is known to be one of the best actors we have. So they are operating on just a completely great level, and they have great chemistry together. And the scenes with them together, that's when the movie is like at its peak. Now, Bradley Cooper's character is more stoic, and then eventually kind of starts to open up a little bit. You kind of start to see his motives a little bit more and who he is. Cate Blanchett just kind of plays this you kind of just don't trust her as soon as you see her, but she's so captivating that you just want to be with her the whole time, And as I get into some of my problems with it, which we'll talk about, a lot of people said that the first half is like okay, and then Cate Blanchett comes in, it's like a shot in the arm, right? Like a jolt of energy. I agree with that last part. I don't think like the first half was bad compared to the second half. It is true, like Cate Blanchett comes in and she just kind of lights that shit up. Me, I really have two main problems with it. One, this movie's 2.5 hours long, and you definitely start to feel it because it is a slow burn of a movie. Almost too much of a slow burn for its own good, and you feel it. You feel that it really takes its time, and I don't have a problem with the movie that takes its time and is patient. But this one was like, okay, guys, like we can kind of progress forward a little bit, or why is this scene in here? Like besides it just being a technical masterpiece, which it is. I was like to the story, do I need to see this? And just, when a movie starts to drag a little bit, I just don't like that feeling, And to that point, another problem I have is the story beats get kind of repetitive. And once again, I won't really go into anything, but when Bradley Cooper starts doing some stuff, he does some stuff, and then he does some more, and then he does some more. And, in the beginning, Toni Collette was doing some stuff. David Strathairn was doing some stuff. And that kind of goes through the whole movie. And it is a key, task in the movie. God, it is kind of hard to talk without revealing, anything. Even though this isn't even a spoiler. But regardless, it is important and I understand it. But they do it a lot. And with that, it's kind of just repeating itself. And you're just kind of like, all right. I understand where is this going. So it drags a little bit. It can be a little meandering at times. I think Bradley Cooper is excellent, and we'll talk about the Oscars, which I will Spoiler alert, I don't know what's happening. So Nightmare Alley, I liked it. Is just those two issues I have honestly kind of bother me a lot. But like I said, on a technical level, it's hard to find a movie better than this. So Nightmare Alley, 3.5 stars. I guess let's talk about Oscars. I mean, it's literally the morning after the premiere, so who am I to know? I am interested to see how this plays because this is not a Crimson Peak in my opinion. I like it's gonna get more noms than the Crimson Peak than Crimson Peak. Fuck. But it's also not gonna be Shape of Water. So I'm interested to see where people put this. Can this get in for Best Picture? I mean, yeah, it can. The reviews are a little bit more mixed than I would have guessed, though. It's not a guarantee that this gets in at all. It's not a guarantee for a Best Picture. I'm still, once again, I'm interested to see where this lines up with like critics groups and everything, but it's on the cusp. It's on the cusp. It's just for me, like, what would I replace it with in my top 10? Like Tick Tick Boom, Macbeth, Coda, you know. So it's like I don't even know what we're doing if Nightmare Alley isn't getting into Best Picture. Maybe something will emerge, or you know, I don't know. But all in all, Best Picture not guaranteed, and I think it's taking a hit for sure. Director, listen, I think Guillermo del Toro is like a master at what he does, but for a director nom, I think it goes with the movie, and if the movie's not getting Best Picture, I can't see him getting director. Even though it would be a good nomination because this movie is directed the shit out of. But, you know, I don't think so. Bradley Cooper, I fucking love Bradley Cooper. He should already be an Oscar winner, but he's not. I say that all the time. I don't think he's going to get in for this. His character is much more nuanced and quiet than one would expect. Bradley Cooper's moments, like towards the end of the movie, haunting. Bro, that shit was fire. That shit was fire. It's just, actor is already stacked, and especially if Nightmare Alley isn't the strong contender that we think it was, he's not going to get in. Cate Blanchett could get in. 1, she's Cate Blanchett, and 2, she's fucking awesome, and 3, that's a duh. So, like, she can totally get in. I think she can withstand the hit of Nightmare Alley because of who she is, and honestly, I would support a nomination. We'll have to see, though. Screenplay, I still think it gets in just because, honestly, adapted is just, like, sometimes I think people overblow, like, this is a weak category, but honestly, adapted screenplay, I'm just not feeling a lot of the nominees. So I think Nightmare Alley still gets in for screenplay. And tech noms, I mean, it's either in there or it's in the conversation for damn near all of them. Production design, in winning conversation. Cinematography, in winning conversation. Sound design might get probably a nomination. I can't really tell. Score, it's in the conversation. I think editing, I don't know about that one just because that usually just corresponds with Best Picture. So we'll have to see about that. Costumes in the conversation, makeup and hair in the conversation. It could get so many tech noms, honestly. And, you know, now that I'm thinking about it, like I've mentioned before, you have a lot of tech noms. That does help your chance of Best Picture. It's just, I don't know how people will respond to this, especially with the pacing and the slow burn of it all. We'll have to see. It's Guillermo del Toro, though. Sometimes they can't resist. God, I've given so many movies 3.5 stars. I need to stop that shit.